Hi everybody! Stay Puft says hi too, as you can see. So guys, I'm gonna do a really simple project. It's almost Halloween. I know that this year has been a little strange. This is still COVID times happening right now when I'm gonna be posting this. Hopefully this information will be irrelevant in the future, we'll see. But anyways, so this Halloween might be kind of a strange one for a lot of people. But I love Halloween. I like to get in the Halloween spirit. I got married like a week before Halloween, so my anniversary is pretty much right before it, which is nice. Yeah, I really love this time of year. It's just really fun and sort of it just gets me in a crafty sort of spirit. So I might actually have a few different Halloween projects coming at you on this DIY channel. And this is the first one. It's going to be a really simple one. It's really fun. I really hope you guys like it. I'm basically just taking this sort of like a bun donut, and you can get different colors too. It doesn't have to be this, like this is pretty much the color of my hair, but you can get like lighter ones, I guess, for blonde hair if you want to, and that actually might look really nice as well. It doesn't matter either way, but you can get all different colors. And so I have this darker color, but I would suggest getting like orange socks. I'm going to show you everything that I use for this project. It's very simple. But yeah, I basically just get like orange socks, and I just got kind of like the no-show socks like this. So two really simple things you can get at a dollar store, or I got these at Ardennes, and this at a dollar store, or I think a drugstore or something. If you want, you can probably buy the stuff online. You can get orange socks. It's the best time of year to be buying orange socks. Like Halloween you're gonna find them a little bit more this time of year than other times of the year, I think. But anyways, I got this a couple years ago, I think, so you might find something a little different, but that's okay. You can still use this sort of thing. So I've been meaning to do this project for a year or two now. I can't remember when I bought this stuff to make this project, but yeah, I finally ended up making it, and look at it. Isn't it so cute? I just love it. I think it turns out so cute. Not everybody likes to do this, but I like to like craft around Halloween, as I said, so I might do a few crafty projects and stuff just to decorate and snazz up my place. I have a bit of a sewing area, so I think I'm going to put this in there just to make it a little more Halloween-y, and so that we could at least enjoy Halloween indoors, you know, just the spirit of Halloween indoors. And I love sewing. I don't do it a lot, but my mom used to sew, so she was kind of like the seamstress of the family, and I did learn a little bit of sewing from her. As you can see from this video, I already did this, so I'm not the best seamstress ever, so I'm sure people have better techniques than me. I don't know. It's a simple project that most people can pretty much do. It's almost no sew. There's just a little tiny bit of sewing involved, so it's not like a big deal. But yeah, so it was really simple, really fast. My husband was like, wow, you made this really quickly. I did it, I think, within half an hour, probably less than a half an hour. But yeah, I love to sew costumes at least around Halloween time, or at least tweak some stuff to make like a costume fairly accurate to what I'm doing. I just kind of got my sewing machine fairly recently, so but I figured this kind of thing will kind of inspire me to sew more. And the fun thing about this that I really love is the fact that you can actually take out these pins and use them, so it's kind of useful, right? And then yeah, and you can sort of make different faces and stuff. If you want to, you can make like whatever face you want. I just did this. I'm going to show you a bunch of different faces and stuff during the video, so you can sort of see. I'm sure you guys can come up with funnier faces or better faces than what I came up with. I was just sort of playing a little bit, but this one is nice and simple, so I just thought it was kind of funny. It's a little off. I know it's not super straight, I guess you could say. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I think it's kind of funny when it's a little wonky, especially when like Halloween, I find like when things have a little more texture or a little wonkier, they're kind of creepier. So to me, it's okay. It's like perfection is not really the goal here, I feel. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people that's their goal, but yeah, it's so cute. I liked it. I like doing this. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, so we're gonna learn how to make this guy during this video, and I really hope you enjoy that. Please remember to smash that like button if you enjoy content like this. But yeah, if you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Yeah! And then and maybe we can get our sew on. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the rest of this DIY video coming at you right now. You will need for this project a orange sock. It could be no-show sock, so the heel's right here. That's perfectly fine. It could be longer and you could just sort of cut it off if you want to, but the no-show sock should be fine in this situation. So you can get that. Get some sort of bun donut. You can find these at the dollar store. I might try to put some links down below if you want to get certain things for this project online. I'm just going to get some orange thread. If you want, you can cut out some felt with these kind of scissors, so it's up to you. Or if you wanted to, you could get fake leaves. This is probably too big for the project, but you can get some smaller ones if you want to. I don't think I'm going to use this, but definitely think about different options. I got this for a stem, because it's kind of like a twine. If you want to get really thick rope, that might be really good too for a stem. You can kind of keep it frayed like this if you want to, or you can add some glue to it in order to make it not fray as much. So there's that. Another option, you could potentially stick either a regular stick in there, or cinnamon stick. You could even roll up some fabric that I've seen people do and just sort of make a stem that way. There's lots of different ways of making stems. You can even just use regular like ribbon or something. Whatever you want to do to decorate it. And I just have kind of like a thimble, just regular like sewing stuff. It's actually my grandma's. And a little needle. So those are pretty much all the things that you really truly need for this project. You might need some glue as well, maybe like a glue gun. Onto the project. First, we have to take the bun donut and the socket. Orange socks are kind of pretty easy to find around on Halloween anyways. So I'm basically going to try to put this in the toe of the sock. And I mean, you can cut off a lot of it if you'd like, or you could just tuck it right in here. I'm going to cut off quite a bit here. So probably in the middle or so. It really depends on the size of your bun donut, I guess, what you have to do there. So you'd have to sort of gauge that. I like to sort of use these kind of scissors. But anyways, you just sort of tuck that in the middle. So it looks kind of like an orange donut, right? Like that. So that's really cute. So you can basically use embroidery thread or this sort of thread. You can use pretty much any thread. Thicker thread might have been a better idea, I'd say. So this is quite thin. That's okay. It's not a big deal. So I'm just going to take a lot of it. I'm going to so sometimes it's hard to thread it. What I like to do is take some really sharp scissors, snip that off so it doesn't really have any thread loose, and then it's easier to sort of slip through the head of the pin. So I haven't actually cut this off the spool yet. I'm gonna give it a little bit of leeway. So I just prefer to have a lot just in case. So I'm doubling up the thread basically. So what I like to do is sort of start from the middle of the donut where we tucked things and sort of poke through the other side like that. And you might, if you want to, if it makes sense to you, actually knot the end here, right here. So you might want to get kind of like a little, do you see that? Do you see that knot? There's a little bit of a knot. I don't know if it's going to really work very well. You might want to double knot it if possible, because it's a very thin thread. It might be better if it's a thicker thread, like embroidery floss. Make it a little larger. But yeah, so that's something you could potentially do too. So there's a bit of a tail here, so I'm just going to snip that. It's not going to be a big deal because I'm going to probably cover this up anyways. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back around, and then we're just going to put this through again. You might want to do it a couple times depending. And just sort of pull tight. See that? So it sort of forms a bit of a, almost like a crevice kind of. So you can sort of see the pumpkin sort of taking shape here. Okay. And then, so what I like to do is flip it around to the other side. You know, the exact opposite of where that thing was. And do the same thing on the other side. Just sort of pull that through and maybe do it a couple times just like I did. Like that. So it's like, okay, like that. And just to give it a little extra security. Try to do it in the exact same spot. Did you see that? So it's like that. And then you might want to do, I don't want to do 4 though, because I feel like maybe 5 or 6 might kind of look a little bit better. So I'm just going to basically put another one in here. Maybe like this. And it's starting to get kind of tight. So what I think I'm going to do is sort of do a little bit of a knot here. And you might do it better than me because I'm not much of a sewing expert on this stuff, but so I'm just going to basically go through there, come out the other side, and try to see that? There's like a loop. So if you put the needle through, this is something my mom used to teach me when she sewed, put that loop through and then you pull tight and that becomes a knot. Okay, so then there's that. I'm going to add some extra thread here. Try to give yourself a lot of thread if you can. So I basically threaded this on and knotted it. I'm going to start from like this way. So I knotted that so hopefully it'll stay when I put it through. So this is a pretty thick needle, as you can probably see here. So that really helps to kind of get through to the other side. I'm going to cut off this tail here. And it's okay if these blossom bits are different. It just sort of adds to the real effect of it. I think it looks a little more realistic, I'd say, so. Okay, just pull that tight if you can. And then you just go to the other side. So I kind of did it like 6 times, so it looks like it has 6 kind of blossoms there. And it looks really cute so far. It looks like an actual pumpkin. So what I like to do again is I'm going to just sort of do that knot thing that I was doing earlier. And if you want to decorate the bottom, you can definitely do that as well. But it's not necessary if you don't want to. Alright, I don't know if the camera is focusing very well there, but anyways, I've got a knot there. So that should secure things, and then you can sort of snip it as close as possible. I like these scissors, they're really great scissors for snipping threads and stuff. Okay, so then you can just put that aside, and you have this really cute, almost like a little pumpkin. So there's that, and then if you want to, you can sort of decorate it. So I cut this little felt thing. Again, you can use whatever you want for, like maybe like a fake leaf or something. You could probably even get some sort of pipe cleaners and get almost like a Cinderella vine thing happening if you wanted to sort of twist it around a little bit. I'm also going to cut this to make like a stem. Actually, I might cut it shorter. Cut this to make a stem. So it looks like kind of like that. It's really cute, right? And I'm just going to glue that down basically. So, I mean, you can always, if you wanted to, you can sew this down, but I'm just going to take like some hot glue. Okay, so I'm just going to let that heat up a bit. So I like to sort of get a little lid of a container or some sort of paper plate or something along that line, and I like to just sort of let the glue gun heat up. This is a well-used glue gun, as you can see here. There's lots of glue strings on it. Wait for that to heat up, and I like to sort of press this part of the gun just to see if it's heating up okay. And when the glue starts drizzling out a little bit, that's when I know it's ready, and then I just start gluing stuff down. And again, you can always do whatever length you want for the stem. I just did a little stem here. You can do longer if you like. You could even, as I said, add a little bit of glue to the top so it doesn't fray so much. Like it can still have that fray effect, but if you want to add a little like white glue and water or something to sort of just keeps things intact a little bit more. So that's kind of like an option if you guys want to do that. Again, if you want to make things smell nice, like for fall, a nice fun thing. It's almost like potpourri, I guess, in a sense. You could always add like a little piece of cinnamon stick for the stem, so it'll make it smell nice. But I don't know if that's going to attract bugs or not. I haven't really sort of tested that theory out, but I feel like it might smell really nice. So especially if you're into potpourri and this cinnamony sort of smell. I just love fall. I think fall is just like a beautiful time of year. It's so cozy and warm, and it's just like you're just getting ready for winter. Okay, so I'm squeezing it. It looks like it's, as you can see, it's sort of coming out, this glue. So I'm just going to glue things down. So I'm just adding some glue to the center, and I'm going to place this guy right in there, and then I might add a little bit of extra glue here, just where the string sort of came out, and then I'll just sort of adhere that guy on. There's a little bit of string here too, but I can pick that off later. It's not a big deal. Strings don't look great, but you can always deal with them later. So you just sort of pop it on there. So it's like that. You can even add more leaves if you'd like, or whatever. I just think one is cute. Just looks like it's been sort of freshly picked from the garden a little bit. But yeah, and it's, I don't know, I think it's really, really cute. If you want to, you can add a little extra glue just down in there, just to make it more secure. And again, if you want to, you can always sew it in, depending on like what you're using, even especially if it's a ribbon or something, it might be really good for that. But yeah, so it's, there you go. It's a little fabric thing for pins. And I'm gonna see if I can find some stuff, so maybe we can make like a little face. If you want to, you can grab like little pins like this, and I'm gonna make like a little face with this, so I think this is gonna be so cute. This kind of looks like the bigger side, so I'm going to do like a face here. Like that, little face. And then the darkest pins, maybe for the mouth. And you can make whatever face you want. It doesn't have to be the one that I made. You can make any face you'd like. And you don't even have to make a face with this, but I just saw this kind of like the fun thing about this. You can rearrange the face and do something with that. You can make, you know, like a little face like that. It's kind of horrifying. Let me see if I could make it kind of cuter. I'm not sure. Let's just try it and see. I feel like if I had more pearl ones, maybe it would work out, but I don't have enough. Maybe I'll work with the silver one. I don't know. Pretty weird looking, I think, but anyways, you kind of get the idea of it. I don't know if I want to do these pearl ones. I think they're kind of funny, but you don't even have to put a nose on there. I mean, if you think that the nose looks weird, you can take that off. I think that's kind of cute on its own as is. It's a little bit funny there. There we go. You know. So that, I think that looks really cute. And you can, again, you can add whatever you want. Maybe you want to make a scary face or something. Maybe you just want to do, like, maybe that's too smiley for you. You know? Maybe you can do frown. That's kind of funny. Like that. Just rearrange it however you want. And I think that's really fun and cute too, right? Yes. I think that's hilarious.
And you can even add, if you wanted to, you can even add eyebrows. That might be kind of funny. Let me see what I can do here. Pink eyebrows. Looks almost spider-like now. It looks like it has like multiple eyes like a spider, which is kind of funny. Let's get some brows, some pink brows. I think I don't have enough of the same color, unfortunately, to do like a symmetrical face. And again, you can always like paint these things, like maybe you want to paint them black or something. Everything black, so you don't have to have like these rainbow pins. I'm just sort of using these as examples for stuff that you can do. Oh, he looks sad. He looks kind of sad. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to sort of just make silly faces with it. And again, it's just very, very fun. It's very cute for Halloween, and just like a little silly thing that you can do. I really like it. I think he's really funny. I'm gonna take the eyebrows out though, because I think I like them better without the eyebrows. I think he's just kind of cute and simple this way. So anyways, there's lots of stuff you can do. You can sort of play around with it and make like your own fun faces and stuff like that. Here, let's see if I can just do like more of a neutral face. There you go. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I kind of like that one. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, so do whatever you want. You can make the leaf rounder if you want to, kind of have almost like a diamond shape going on with the leaf. But yeah, you can do that if you'd like. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple project. But yeah, I think it's really cute. And it really works out really nicely. So yeah, so that was like the DIY of this guy, and just made from just simple things, you know? And you can make your own little kind of pin cushion, which I think is really cute. I love him. I love him. This is just something I had lying around. I didn't really feel like going out during the COVID times, but you can get like a thicker, almost, like I got this at the dollar store, like a thicker rope of some kind, or cord. Yeah, so, and then you can just sort of cut it and glue it down or something. And again, you can just sort of, you can add a little bit of glue just so that it doesn't fray as much, and you're good. You're golden. But anyway, and I love how you can make all sorts of different faces and stuff. Here, let's make it look a little less wonky. Whatever, it's fine. It's cute. Yeah, he kind of looks like a little spider to me. And I'm sure you could do like spider ones. I'm sure you could do like, you can make donut ones with this sort of technique and add the pins to make sprinkles or something like that. You know, that would probably be a lot easier than this one too. You could probably do all sorts of different things. Maybe add like a little bit of felt on top for the icing, or you can even paint on with acrylic. So many ideas. You can make so many things with this sort of technique. And even if you guys have any cool ideas what you would do, and it doesn't have to be like a little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin one, maybe a donut one, or whatever the heck, you can comment down below. Maybe you've got some really cool ideas of what you could do for this particular project. You can add more pins if you want to in there. You can even add like another face on the back if you really wanted to, just add more pins and stuff in there. My husband loves the little tomatoes and stuff, so that was kind of inspired by this, but I was like, oh, let's just do a Halloween version. And when I showed it to him, he just kind of wanted to steal it from me, because even though he doesn't sew, he just thought it was so cute. So, and I don't blame him. I think it's really cute too. But yeah, I think he wanted to sort of use it as, like, he loves stuffies and things like that, just like I do, obviously, and just like for fun. And yeah, so I think he kind of wanted to steal this guy off of me to sort of display it somewhere. But this guy's reserved for my sewing area specifically. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed that. I did. I think he turned out really cute. What do you think, Stay Puft? I think he liked it. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween. And I know it's gonna be different, it's gonna be weird or whatever, but I'm sure there's a lot of creative people out there that can come up with like a really fun Halloween idea to do this year. So kind of like indoor camping, indoor Halloween. You know, you can still have fun doing that sort of thing. But anyway, take care, guys. Have an awesome one. Okay, bye.